Hi friends, welcome to EduTap. So we are back again with another interview under the Interview with Topper series, and today we have with us Mr. Shaikat Dey. So he has cleared NABARD Grade A 2018 examination under the specialist post. So he had applied for the post of Land Development and Soil Science / Agriculture. So let me just tell you that there are a total of only 8 seats that are available for this particular specialist category, and out of that 8 seats there are only 4 unreserved seats that are available. So Mr. Shaikat Dey has managed to actually get through this examination. So you can say that out of those 4 seats he is the one going to be selected as the NABARD Grade A officer. So first of all, Shaikat, congratulations from the entire team of EduTap.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And you must be really feeling proud because out of 4 seats you have managed to get one.
Yes, ma'am. Very much proud of this one. Like, out of only 4 seats are not all over India scale.
Yes.
I am the one, so that's why.
Yes, obviously, and we are proud of you too. First of all, let me just tell you the cutoffs and then we shall begin with the interview process. So the phase 1 cutoff, and so I'm just stressing on the fact that we are talking about the cutoff which is for land development, soil science / agriculture post. So the phase 1 cutoff was 91.50 out of a total of 200, and phase 1 consists of 7 sections. And the phase 2 cutoff was 136.75, and in English the cutoff was 60, and in ESI and ARD, but here we are talking about specialist post, so it was agriculture in the case of Shaikat. So the cutoff was 48.50. So let me just tell you the scores which Shaikat obtained. So the first score, that is the phase 1 score obtained by Shaikat, was 102.75. So we can see that his score was way above the cutoff, which was 91.50. Now as we proceed further, we will again compare the cutoff and Mr. Shaikat's score. So before that, let me just tell you some information about Mr. Shaikat. So Shaikat has completed his BSc in agriculture from Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, West Bengal, and he is currently pursuing his first year. In fact, he has completed his first year in MSc from the same university under soil and water conservation, and he has also previously cleared the written examination of CDS, and the 2017 and 18 IBPS SO also he managed to clear the prelims, but he could not make it after the mains examination. So, and this particular exam of NABARD Grade A 2018 is his first attempt. So Shaikat, a whole lot of accomplishments attached with you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So without further ado, let us just move forward and discuss your strategy. So first question, Shaikat, let us start with your strategy for phase 1. What you can do is you can tell us either section wise, or if you feel you can overall narrate your strategy and then we can move on section wise.
Okay, ma'am. So, like, I'm going section wise.
Okay.
So, actually, like, for the English, math, reasoning, these 3 sections, I think most of the exams that today we are giving are common. We found these common. So actually, I have been preparing for exams. So like the English, math, and reasoning are pretty good for me. And prior to this, actually, I was preparing for CGL examination, the SSC CGL examination.
Okay.
So that helped me a lot in this preparation. And for English, I would recommend, like, if somebody is starting from a novice, so I would recommend him to start with studying the newspaper. Any English newspaper you can pick up and like start reading, and you can get a whole lot of words from there, and like your English will improve eventually. And your grammatical mistake and everything you can find from then only, and like you can, and simultaneously you are going to have your GK also. So it is going, like 2 works. You can do 2 works at the same time.
Okay.
And for maths, the only formula is practice. Practice a lot.
Yes.
Like follow the previous year papers and see the trends where the questions are going. So you can easily find a trend and start practicing those questions. Reasoning is something like I think it's very much related to the bank. Like everybody is like known like these banks exams are known for the reasoning part. So actually, meanwhile also I was I was taking a coaching like in the nearby institute for this only. So that was not that much of hectic for me, and you just need to clear the cutoff. So if you are not good at that one, so you can make up for that one in another section. And this is just 20 marks, I think. So that's not a big issue. If you can manage to clear the cutoff, then it's okay. And for the English, math, reasoning, then the computer knowledge is something like for me like what I did was like I actually revised my school days books, like my 8th, 9th and 10th books were there with me. Actually I revised the basic concepts, that's all. Like I went with these concepts only, and like my little knowledge, like nowadays we all are all the youngsters, we have that knowledge about computer, basic knowledge.
Yes.
So if we just polish that one again, then I think that will do the work. And lastly, then the ESI section, the economic and social issue.
Yes.
That thing actually is the most difficult part for the agriculture students.
Correct.
As we don't focus that much upon the economic and social issues. So what I did was like the EduTap, and after the notification EduTap, and ma'am, you also started the series of 45-day series, continuously of 5-day MCQ. That really helped me a lot. And that you were also assigning us like the homework, like you were telling us the reports, like you were telling a report, then you were telling us that go through the report, and other questions were you also giving like different questions on that report only. So I was searching, like I was going through the reports again. So that helped me a lot, and I actually religiously followed that 45 days MCQ, and I really thanks EduTap team like for creating that such a masterpiece.
Thank you so much.
And he is welcome, ma'am. Like I would actually like to add this one, that even around 2 to 3 questions I think were directly from the that series only. Like I could answer them just with a blink of eye.
Yes.
That was the power of that MCQ series. That was 45 days MCQ series.
Thank you so much.
And if you want to go a little further, so actually I went little further, and actually you can go for the 11th and 12th economics book. So you can have your NCERT books. So you can have your doubt clears, like, and you will have a basic clear. And with your study material, I think everybody can score a very good marks in that section, even the agriculture students.
Okay. And
the agriculture section was like little bit of known to me, because as I am a student of agriculture, and I have appeared for the SO also. So I was actually preparing for the SO plus NABARD at the same time. So for agriculture, I would suggest that like as we all have some basic books on in agriculture. For example, there is Arun Karthyan book on general agriculture. Then there is R.K. Sharma, Agriculture at a Glance.
Yes.
That was really helpful. This is the GA, General Agriculture books. Then for this particular post, as this is a land development post, so what I thought that like the questions will be from the land development only. Land development also. So for that like I read the Principles of Agronomy by Reddy and Reddy. And textbook of soil science, that is by T.D. Bishar.
Okay. Can you repeat the book, please?
Book?
Yeah, just now you have mentioned a book, right? Can you just repeat that again?
Okay, like for agronomy, this is Principles of Agronomy.
Okay.
Reddy and Reddy. And for the soil science section, the book is Textbook of Soil Science by T.D. Bishar.
Okay.
T.D. Bishar, and this was agriculture. And the rural development part. For rural development part, actually I relied totally on the EduTap material.
Okay.
The EduTap material was very fantastic. Like they were to the point, crisp, and like totally comprehensive. whatever they might ask you, that was in the material only, and you can, if after going the paper, and if you can actually even find the answer in that statutory material only. So that rural development part, that is schemes and the rural development, like the TriFed and the different types of organization that are working for the rural development. So I relied upon that one only. And added to this, the most important document, that is the NABARD annual report. So NABARD annual report is the most important. I think that this is the first and foremost thing that everybody who is preparing for the NABARD should go through.
Okay.
And that was also provided by the EduTap. So that was really helpful for me.
Okay, so Shaikat, if we can just go a little deeper. So, as you have said that the sections like reasoning, English and quants, you would definitely say that practice is going to be the key, right? So, we need to practice a lot. And could you just let me know if you had given mock tests frequently for these three sections?
Yes, ma'am. Like for this section, like for English, like I was a little bit of confident because like I have been in the English medium school till my from class 1 to 12. So I was a little bit of confident, and as I have been preparing for these competitive examinations for the last 1 year. So I have a little bit of confidence, and actually, you can say, I have a faith in me that I can do English. I can do pretty well in English. And for if anybody is from Hindi medium or any other regional medium school, I would firstly suggest that you should go through paper.
Okay.
Paper is the first thing that you should go. Like you will have your English improved, plus your GK will also improve.
Okay, so you.
And sorry, I actually mentioned, I forgot to mention the GA part. The GA part will actually, you will be covering your GA part and English part simultaneously.
Okay.
First that, and reasoning and math, actually, yes, I gave many mocks. Actually, I can't remember the actual number, but actually, every day I used to give mocks.
Okay. So basically, you were saying that people who are having a difficulty in English language, you would suggest them to have a good hold or at least start reading the newspaper so that they are exposed to various kinds of words that are being used and they actually get a hang of what kind of things they can expect, right?
And yes, actually, I would like to actually give a tip also.
Okay.
And like actually try to maintain a different copy, like a different copy of words, new words. What I did was, like, every day whenever I used to go through newspaper, I used to find different words. Actually, I used to write them down in a separate notebook, write their meaning there. So whenever the next day, actually, firstly I used to open that one and again go through those words.
Okay.
Because in one day you can't go remember all the meaning, different words.
Yes.
So this tactic actually works for me also.
Okay. And for other things, as you rightly mentioned, that for computer, you went through some of your school books that helped you a lot. And as you rightly mentioned that for students from agriculture background who are applying for specialist posts, economic and social issues is a bit a pain point, like how agriculture is for other students. So as you rightly said that you went through some of the standard textbooks to build your base and then you moved ahead and you referred our material which gave you a direction, like what kind of questions are expected and what are the things that you need to refer. So am I right, Shaikat?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and as Shaikat was referring for ARD section, the prelims is actually common for all, but the mains paper, when it comes to specifically the ESI and ARD paper, it is replaced by the paper in their stream for the specialist post. So we'll come to it first. So Shaikat, before we move on and discuss the phase 2 strategy of yours, I would just like to ask you that how did you find the courage to, have a positive vision, because you know that the seats are only 8 and out of that there are only 4 unreserved seats. So how did you maintain that positive momentum throughout your preparation?
Actually, ma'am, this is a very interesting story. Like, actually, I used to watch your this earlier series of like EduTap in the toppers, interview with toppers.
Okay.
So actually, one interview, actually, you were only telling, or no, sir, sorry, a NABARD official was there. So he was telling us, like, you should not bother about the number of seats.
Correct.
Like whether it be 12,000, 1,200 or 12. Like you just need one seat.
Yes.
Actually, I don't need to cover like 4 seats or 5 seats. I just need one seat and I will fit there.
Yes.
So you should have the courage that yes, I just need one seat and I should go for that one seat. I will not bother about the number of seats.
Yes, and this
if you
is
bother about the number of seats, then you are giving you an excuse that you are not going to study, that you are not able to compete with them. That this is an excuse. You should go and one thing I also say that you should go. You should not go on the conventional path. The conventional path is that if you see 8 seats, you will definitely not go for that one. You will say like, how can I clear this one? Just 8 seats, and out of that, only 4 are for unreserved. But if you think in another way, like, yes, why not? Like, why cannot I clear this one? Like, if I have the ability and I have scored good marks, then why can't I decide? Like, just try. At least just try this. Try this for a month. Then we will think about that one.
So very rightly and beautifully put Shaikat, I must say. And if this is the kind of orientation, if each one of them have, then obviously they would be able to clear the examination as you just did, right? So hats off for that. And let's move on for the towards a phase 2 strategy. So let's just pick English first. So you have scored a very good marks, that is 79 in English. So first of all, congratulations for that. So can you just elaborately tell your preparation for each and every section of English, please?
For English, the main syllabus is the essay, letters, and report. Report was not there in our paper.
Yeah.
And then passage. So for essay report, I think for your build up your essay report, the best thing I would again say that the newspaper. Actually, I actually used to follow the newspaper Hindu, the Hindu, and that was very apt for me. Like, I was actually able to copy that whatever the editors were saying, used to say, and the style of conveying their message. So I could copy there because I have been reading that for at least 1 year, first 1.5 years. So that style I could copy from there, and actually I can build up that material. And for that, and the first prerequisite for that one is that you should have a knowledge on that topic. So by reading again newspaper, you can read that, and you can have that. Actually, you just need a little bit of knowledge. Then you can elaborate on that one. So that is one part. That is the body part. Like that is totally upon your skill and whatever you've acquired by reading, and I would say read just to prepare a passage from starting to end, how to start and how to define the total passage. I think this skill you can only acquire from reading something, or I would say reading newspaper better. And for the format and different direction, how should you go? When this is a series, the Deepak sir was saying, for Tier 2, actually I applied for your course. That one is the agriculture plus English course. So Deepak sir actually was heading this English paper section. So he actually beautifully told us how we should start, when there was formula also there he has given there in the course. So I followed that one only in the exam also. And he was also very beautifully he has shown us how to remember the format. In format, in letter, in any writing skills, you need just formats also carries a considerable amount of marks. So that type of format was given by Deepak sir also. That actually helped me. Actually, I am not much of everyone. Actually, I think everyone is not so much aware of that type of format. So that was really helpful. And how to go and how to proceed. That was very beautifully explained in the EduTap material in the English section. And I would suggest one more thing, just pay attention to the question. In the passage part, they were asking questions directly. You can find that paragraph containing answer. But they were asking you should write in your own words.
Okay.
So try to, so what I said earlier, if you are maintaining a copy, then you will have a stock of words. Then actually you can replace the words in the passage with your own words, and that answer will be unique there. So then the evaluator also will be impressed by you that yes, you have written the same answer you written differently, and you will. I think that worked for me also. I followed this mantra in there, and I think that was a major trick that did for me. And like I wrote every answer like differently. Not I just pull it out from the passage and just wrote it down.
And
that was my English.
Okay, so you just now we were had a discussion regarding essay writing plus the passage, the reading comprehension, right? And based on the same reading the passage that they have given for reading comprehension, you need to do pressay also, right? Pressay writing. So
writing.
yeah, so
pressay writing also. Actually, that EduTap material is very comprehensive. I can say from the very start that from the start from the agriculture, from the economic and social issue, and lastly the English. Everything is comprehensive there, and you are actually given the report writing there also. So pressay is something that you need to short it down within 1/3 of that number of words. And like if you pay attention, the question paper, there is in the right corner, there the number of words is also given there.
Okay.
So you can just have a calculation that how many words you have to write and try to short it down. Just you need to just highlight the main point, and again you have to write it in your own way, just like you are narrating a story. So if you think like that and then just short it down, then you can easily write a essay.
Okay, so Shaikat had been stressing on one point very clearly that you need to use your own words, whether it is answering questions in reading comprehension or whether it is pressay writing. So you should not directly pick those lines from the paragraph. You need to infer what is given and put it across in your own words. Am I right, Shaikat? That is what you meant to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the second thing that he mentioned was that you need to know the format very clearly. And for that you can refer to the exact things that are usually followed. Like in pressay, you need to short it down to 1/3 and you need to give a heading. So these are the things that you need to know, right? And the next part about having knowledge about what to write, you would obviously get an understanding by reading the various materials that you have been doing for other sections. Plus, as according to Mr. Shaikat's strategy, he has a habit of reading newspapers, so he was able to gather opinions and he got an understanding as to how to express yourself when a particular topic is asked. Am I right, Shaikat?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Shaikat, let's move ahead and discuss about your main paper that was regarding agriculture. And unlike the generalist post, all the questions were from agriculture for your post, right? For 100 marks. So you scored 60.25 in that paper. Yeah. So can you just let me know your strategy for it?
Yes, ma'am. Like for agriculture, like as I would advise for the agriculture students, like for agriculture students, like we all have that basic knowledge, from our BSc. So I would like to stress that as the post is for land development officer, so you should stress more on the part of soil science, agronomy, and a little bit of general agriculture.
Okay.
I think these three parts will do the work. You need not to go through all of agriculture, because you cannot put a boundary on the agriculture syllabus. It is vast and huge. So one or two questions might come from that outside your area, but that is that you can expect, because like if you are studying, you can't study the whole thing. You need to work smart, not hard.
Correct.
So I actually went for this soil science and agronomy, and actually I have been preparing for this SO also, SO exam. For soil science, that the textbook of soil science by T.D. Vishar, it was very helpful for me, because it's a very short book and like it is very comprehensive.
Okay.
Comprehensive one. Like if you go through this one once, and like you could answer 90% of the questions in soil science.
Okay.
And for agronomy, I went for the Reddy and Reddy, Principles of Agronomy. That's also a very basic book of agronomy, and you can go through this one. And for GA part, that is a very tricky one, because GA part consists of everything. So I actually, as I said earlier, that I actually enrolled for the EduTap material. So there was agriculture also. So agriculture in that material, like agriculture, EduTap thing was like you have done tremendously good, that you have gone for just what is required, not for the whole book. and their EduTap material you could find easily that the NABARD Sunda has been followed, and you ma'am actually has actually mentioned that one also, that we are following that one. So actually whatever was the material was given there, actually I used to study a little bit further from there, because I am an agriculture student, so I am a little bit of comfortable with this one. So I actually used to go a little bit further, and actually I followed your path. Whatever your path you were showing, that I was just tracing that path with just little bit of more expansion.
Okay.
So actually that one helped, and I covered Nemnath Sunda, then R.K. Sharma, and then another book is there, Arun Kaptya.
Okay.
I think these books will do the work for you. And if you want to go further, then there comes the internet material, like bankable projects. Actually, these all you will find in the EduTap material only. The bankable projects in the NABARD, then different sites, statistics, there is census, agriculture census, livestock census.
Correct.
Then how many of the SECC census also helpful for this one. Then different types of census, the different types of report, then how estimate production, that one, and how then for the budget also. Budget will do the work for your ESI plus ARD both. In agriculture also, the budget is also required. Different types of schemes, all these things were given in the EduTap material. So I think that was very comprehensive. I just referred these 2 or 3 books outside that EduTap material, and rest I actually followed that EduTap material only.
So basically, for those who are wanting to apply for land development post, so Shaikat has rightly pointed out the areas that you need to stress upon. Like he has mentioned that agronomy, soil science and general agriculture has a greater weightage, and according to him it is sufficient if you concentrate on these areas, and the remaining questions can be solved by you because you are already from an agriculture background. Am I right, Shaikat?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so Shaikat, there's just one question I just want to put out here, that people who are from agriculture background, when they're applying for specialist post, so only their knowledge that they have gained during their graduation, is that enough for them to crack the examination, or how do they need to go about?
No, ma'am. Actually, I would say that that knowledge is comprehensive. As I told you that agriculture is not you can't put a boundary on that one. So you are everlasting thing. So for actually I was very good in my BSc. So actually what I did was I again revised my notes first. Then actually I went for the basic material, these books, that the book of agronomy and soil science. Whatever I do, I have told you that these are the basic books. You need to clear the concepts and freshen up your concept. Then actually I went for the exam specific. You have to be exam specific.
Correct.
That NABARD is conducting his exam. Then you should go through the site thoroughly. The different timetable projects, different interest rates that they levy upon. Then different types of schemes that they are promoting. So you have to go through this one thoroughly. Then different sites, that is FAO, Vikaspedia, then TriFed site. You have to go through this because you have to be exam specific. You can't say that by BSc you can't clear this one. You need to add little more than this.
So basically you're saying that there needs to be an orientation that needs to be built. You need to know what kind of questions are asked, what are the other things that you need to cover. So for all these things, you obviously need to cover the particular topics in depth. Plus you need to go through the current affairs section, if I may say, like all the current reports as you have just mentioned, right? Plus, you need to keep a tab on NABARD's website as well, because at the end you're going to work for that particular institution.
You should know everything about NABARD.
Okay, so yes, so your strategy seems to be going to be very helpful for those students who are from this particular background, because people who are preparing for specialist posts, usually they are in confusion as to from where to prepare, because they are already having good knowledge, but they lack that orientation which is required.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the thing lacking. Like
Yes.
they are not in the right path. They just stray anywhere else. They are not going to the destination path. That's the difference.
So a direction needs to be given to them, right?
Yes. Yeah. And for that direction, you need to be you need to follow something.
Correct.
You can't go on internet and search everywhere. What should I study? What should I study?
Yes.
Like what I did, I followed EduTap from the day one of my preparation till my interview date.
Okay.
So that's how you actually, and you were very kind, and you are very good at your work. Like whatever you're saying, and like most of the questions are from your material only.
Yeah. Okay, so Shaikat, let's move on to the final stage, which is again very crucial for everyone. Coming to the interview process, so a total of 25 marks is given to the interview, and you have managed to pull off with a score of 24 upon 25. So first of all, commendable score in the interview process. So, Shaikat, just first of all, share your interview experience with us. What were the questions? How was the board? So, can you just proceed with that?
Okay, I would like to start with the course. So, after the declaration of the mains result, we were having a 1 month gap.
Okay.
Of the starting of the interview process and the result today. So, and at the same time, the EduTap team released this course of mock interviews. 2 mock interviews are given to us. So, I enrolled for that one at the instant time, at the instant point. Then, the panel was very, they were very highly educated, and they were very experienced in this sector of interview. So, the panel, actually, I would like to say this one, that whatever they were asking us, they were totally relatable to this one, this the NABARD interview.
Okay.
And as most of us are not very much familiar with this, the job related interview, and that actually helped me a lot in the giving me an insight into the process. What process is that, and what type of question they might ask. And from the day one, there were two members of the panel, and they by turn on 15 minutes, they were asking us question, and actually they were giving us a guidance also, that if I ask, say for I'm telling an answer, so you stop me and say beta, you should go this this and like this. You are lacking that one. At the end of the interview, they will tell you that you are lacking this one. You should work on this one. So my first interview was like that only. Second interview was the mock interview. Actually, I improved a lot on myself, and they also, the panel members also said that yes, I'm doing very well. So my interview was on 4th of August in Delhi NABARD. So I went there. There were 5 members. So the first question that was thrown at me was how did I came to know about NABARD? That I answered. Then what role NABARD is doing in the field of mine, as I was currently doing my MSc in soil and water conservation. So they asked me what NABARD is doing in the soil and water conservation area.
Okay.
So I told them different watershed projects and different soil conservation projects that were ongoing. And then the second question was related to my agriculture sector, that how you can amend a problematic soil, acid soil, a saline soil. How can you amend? What are the principles behind it? So there was one question that I couldn't answer from the second sir, that what is the water budget? So I knew this term, but I was not sure. So one more thing I would like to give a tip, that if you don't know and you're not sure, don't try to bluff there. Just frankly say, I don't know, sir. There's no harm in that, because you can't know everything at the same time. So they will accept this one. Then third member was a lady. She asked me about my MSc thesis paper. My MSc thesis paper was on use of bioeco waste in agriculture production. So she asked me about that one, how I'm preparing, how I'm planning my project, and how this could be helpful for farmer. Then the fourth member asked me what are directly the 7-point strategy of the government of India double the farmer's income. Actually, I wouldn't have gone through this 7-point strategy. But this was one of the. Again, I would like to say that this was the first question that in the mock interview sir asked you.
Great.
So actually, I was able to tell the 7 points in a serial manner and the chronological order. And sir was actually very much impressed by after this answer, because he was asking me like, how could I answer this one in a chronological order in the same manner that was in the books or in the pamphlets are there. So he was very impressed for this. And the fifth member also asked me about the different market problems in agriculture. How could you he asked me to tell the problems. So if you are following NABARD website, in the recently concluded Foundation Day, there was a seminar on this, the market problems.
Okay.
So as I told you, if you are following everything and you are currently up to date, every inch and every bit can help you. So this is my interview, and the panel members very much impressed by this answer of the 7-point strategy.
Okay.
So I think that 24 is actually much because of that 7-point strategy.
Okay. So that's something which made you get through the cutoff. And let me just put forth that Shaikat has actually managed to get exactly the points that are there in the cutoff, that is 163.25. So we can say that all his hard work has finally paid off in this particular examination. So Shaikat, just to sum up your interview process, the first thing that I noted is you mentioned that mock interviews helped you a lot, because as you told that you do not have an exposure, or you did not have an exposure previously as to what is an interview going to be like for these competitive examinations. So you got a first-hand experience when you attended those mock interviews. Secondly, you got a direction as to what are the things that you need to cover, as you rightly pointed out that the 7-point strategy question was the first question that the panel put forth, and the same question you got in your real interview as well. Right, so somehow it helped you out to understand what are the requirements, that what are the things that you need to prepare upon. And then the thing that I got from your interview experience, the real interview that you had given in Delhi, was that they digged upon your understanding of agriculture, because you have obviously applied for a specialist post, and then they were more interested in what are you doing currently, because you were pursuing your MSc. So we can see that they had questionings from your background as well as upon how much you know about NABARD, right?
Yes, ma'am. And plus, they were asking that about the NABARD also, how much you know about NABARD.
Correct.
If you are going to work there, you should have a clear concept and your knowledge about what NABARD is doing there. So they were actually my different friends who were giving interviews. So I'm telling them this from their experience. They were telling this, that they're asking more about NABARD there.
Okay, so basically before going to the interview, you need to be aware about what are the activities that NABARD carries out, and you need to be well versed with the projects that are running, and you need to frequently go to the NABARD's website and keep yourself updated. And plus whatever recently developments that have taken place even before the day of your interview regarding NABARD, that also needs to be done. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Current updates are very good.
Okay, fine. So Shaikat, any words, any closing statements for all the students who are aspiring to be NABARD officers?
As I started off, I would like to say them that don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the number of seats. Just go for it. You don't need that 5 or 6 seats. You just need one.
Correct.
Be it 1 or 2, you should go for that one. And don't hesitate, and have faith in your in your skill and talent.
And there's one more question, Shaikat, before we close this. Just one point that I observed was that you had prepared for IBPS SO exam and you had cleared the prelims. But there are many people who are giving IBPS SO, but they do not think about NABARD. So here, can you just throw light upon how you managed to think that you can give NABARD as well?
Well, actually, SO exam was in the December month. So, and the NABARD notification came in the month of March, I think. So, first thing, like the SO thing is very much popular among our agriculture communities.
Yes, yes.
Because this is the first thing that comes to our mind. Every student, after clearing BSc, this is the first thing. They don't, actually, the first point I would like to say that they don't have that much of exposure of about NABARD. NABARD being recruiting its officers in the post of assistant manager with agriculture as one of the specialist options.
Correct.
And second thing is a fear in them, that the fear of seats.
Correct.
That fear of seats, that 8 or 4 seats for general only. So these two factors make up this thing, and like they don't apply for this actually.
So basically they need to, first thing, as you rightly pointed out again and again all through the interview, that you need to remove the fear of less number of seats, and as you rightly said that just do your best and just forget that how many number of seats are available. And the second thing obviously is the awareness that is lacking among those giving IBPS SO. They are still unaware about such kind of posts that usually exist, right? Okay, Shaikat, and it was really a great experience talking to you, Shaikat. Thank you so much for being an inspiration for so many other candidates, and wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this one, and like I would like to congratulate EduTap team for my success.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shaikat. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.